Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks as they square off against the #1 overall pick, Kyler Murray, and the Arizona Cardinals. With that, let's get out to the desert. Standing by in Glendale, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun and State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. This is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Cardinals set to go on offense. It'll be Kyler Murray leading the way. What a year for him at Oklahoma in 2018. Heisman Trophy winner, better than 4,300 passing yards, 42 touchdowns. And don't forget about running the football as well. He had a 1,000-yard season rushing it with 12 touchdowns on the ground as well. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. And let's look now at the offensive starters for the Cardinals.
And the schedule makers have given them a little break right here. Back-to-back home games, and they won last week. So they're trying to make it 2 in a row before they hit the road next week. They have to take advantage of this break in the schedule.
From the 27, Murray. Incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. And a look at Seattle's defense.
At corner is Josh Norman. I would think he would want to quibble a little bit. Actually, you know Josh would have a full discussion with the metrics people who say that maybe he's not the elite lockdown corner he thinks he is. He would say, ask all the receivers in the NFC East. They would think differently because a day against Josh Norman is a very difficult day for any receiver.
Throwing is Murray on third down. A deep ball for Dotson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken at the 15. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. They'll be led out by their Pro Bowl quarterback in his 8th season now in the league, Russell Wilson.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
The tackle made by Landon Roberts. And here's the starting offensive unit for Seattle.
2-time All-Pro center Jason Kelsey is one of the most athletic centers in the league. In fact, he went to the University of Cincinnati as a walk-on linebacker before converting to the offensive line. Can pull, trap, get out in front of runners in any situation, and one of the more intelligent centers in the league as well, handling all of their line calls.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Off the draw, here's Michel. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. The numbers a week ago for Michel. He was, without a doubt, one of the catalysts in that victory.
And he can really be the glue that makes this offense go, because when defenders have to commit to stopping him, that just opens up more opportunities in the passing game.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, Michel. He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. A look now at the defensive starters for the Cardinals. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but pretty nice effort.
On 2nd down, Michel. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Here's the 2nd year back from Southern Miss, Ito Smith. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Michel. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st, Michel. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd down now, Michel. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Greg Joseph for the field goal try. This just a 24-yard attempt. The kick by Joseph is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go. Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Underneath for Miller. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They'll run with Michelle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, they run with Michelle. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Trent Murphy.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 45-yard line. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Jet sweep. Boyd with it. Tashawn Gibson there on the tackle.
Let's go.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trent Murphy picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 32-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Draw play. This is Miller. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. To throw on 3rd down. Murray rolling to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Kyler Murray, 1,000-yard rusher as a quarterback in his Heisman campaign at Oklahoma. He's got the first down. Well, we know that Murray can run the football. He rushed for 1,000 yards during his final year at Oklahoma, better than 7 yards per carry. And Cliff Kingsbury says, I trust him running the football. This is a guy that has known his quarterback since 2012 when Murray was a sophomore in high school. Kingsbury was in the OC at Texas A&M. He would go on to take the Texas Tech job, but the two maintained a great relationship. Both are from Texas, both quarterbacks, and both with fathers heavily involved in their football careers. Well, Cliff Kingsbury, he trusts his quarterback implicitly. On 2nd down, here's Miller. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he finds Cook. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. A first down carry now for Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. Well, you think he loved the protection he had there all kinds of times.
And you're so right. How could you not love that? Great protection. The big guys up front really locked in on it. No one gets near the quarterback. He's got all the time in the world to survey the field and deliver for a first down.
And the big boys up front, a big reason why they're also winning, too. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They'll run out of the gun with Michel. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Michel. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. That toss play right, we know it's one of the successful plays they have in their arsenal, and they showed you why there.
And remember, in order for it to be successful, because it's a little bit of a slower developing play, those blocks at the line of scrimmage have to be kept, have to be held, so that the runner can get to the corner and turn it upfield.
Who's 15? 52 right here.
They'll run on first down. Michel. Well, the ball is out. Michel lost it.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. From the 22, Wilson. They'll check this one down to Michel. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Here we go now with Smith. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now Wilson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slip.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Michel on an island by himself in the backfield, second and goal. Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. From the gun, it's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Cameron Meredith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a look now at Lamar Miller. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. On 2nd and 9. Murray setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Murray with a 3rd and long. He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
If you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle him and get him on the ground short of the first down marker.
On 1st down, it's Miller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. That goes for 14 yards. 1st down, Cardinals. 1st down, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Marcus Hunt.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Murray going to throw. And it's incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Murray now on 1st down. And brought in by the tight end Cook. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Murray to air it out again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Murray to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now Ryan Suckup will come on and try the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Third and long, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. 4th down, and out is the all-pro punter from a year ago, Michael Dixon, to punt for Seattle. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Lamar Miller. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now as they start this drive 1st and 10. Of course, remember they beat the Saints a week ago, so some good momentum rolling right now. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 24. They start the second half with Michel on the ground, and he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. From the 29, Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Wilson. And that is incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. They'll run it again with Miller. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray, sliding out of the pocket. He'll try and run it, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
On second down and 4, Murray. He's got his man. This is Dodson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Miller. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Robert Quinn.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check 26, check 26.
From the gun, Wilson. And he'll get that to Michelle, complete. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Wilson. That's complete to Meredith. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. They go play action with Wilson. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline.
Here we go.
It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it. This is Michel. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. And it's Michel once again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson, and he's got Fitzgerald. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Wide open receiver complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Here's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Virgil Green, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Joseph now to have the PAT. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, and it's 3rd and short. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Murray. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Cardinal 1st down on a gain of 13. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check back. Kill.
Murray now on 1st down. This one caught by Davis. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. To throw, it's Murray. It's hauled in by Doxson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll pull it down. Murray has the 1st down and more. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you have to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
From the gun, Murray. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Robert Quinn able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Out of the pistol look, it's Miller. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Miller. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, but still well short here with 4th and goal looming.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Succop's kick is good. And a 2nd field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A nice run on first down gets him 6 yards to the 31. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Play action. It's Wilson. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
On the ground, Michel. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll run on first down. Michel, he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he finds Fitzgerald. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 12 yards there and a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got Green. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Michel on an island by himself in the backfield. 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. And they will run it with Michel. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Sony Michel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Able to punch it in on 3rd down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in. Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. To throw again on 2nd down. Murray, they'll find Miller. That's complete. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 1st down, Murray. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's going to take off with it and avoids the contact by sliding. Not only another 1st down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college, but I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Where'd he go?
Here's Murray from midfield. He completes this into the hands of Miller. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. And his throw is incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Murray now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Margus Hunt and the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. On 1st down, Michel. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground is Michel, and not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
We got 3, we got 3, fellas, we got 3.
2nd and 10 at the 27.
On 2nd down, Michel.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
So the victory here for Seattle, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Seahawks, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.